Race fans, the funny cars are back. Kearney Raceway Park welcomes Funny Car Chaos. Friday night and Saturday, July 7th and 8th. This is the fastest, loudest, most ground-poundingest drag race of the year. Kids 12 and under get in free, and every ticket's a pit pass. Plus, don't miss the fireworks show Saturday night. It's Funny Car Chaos at Kearney Raceway Park, July 7th and 8th. And you just gotta be there. Visit krpi.com for more info.
That is right. You have got to be there. And Craft, the Monday Morning Racer, and that guy, Ratton.
Hey there. I'm getting about every other word that you say there, Lee. It looks to me on my screen like you're frozen up. But so I'm going to take a guess that maybe people can hear me out there because I can see it's live.
We're back.
On a beautiful Wednesday, the 5th day of July in 2023, and that is exactly the 4th annual trip of Funny Car Chaos out to Kearney Raceway Park in Kearney, and it is shaping up to be an epic drag race with folks heading there from all across the United States. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 states will be represented with funny cars in action at our 43rd race in the history of Funny Car Chaos. Once again, my name's David. I'm your voice in the chaos, and Lee Craft, your Monday morning racer and chaos man in motion, looks to be back with us.
Yes, Signal.
And Lee, how's it going?
David, it's going well, except for apparently signal issues now all of a sudden, even though I'm in the motel here in the middle of Illinois on my westward way to Kearney, Nebraska. Looking forward to getting there. You know, last year was my first time ever paying any visit to Nebraska, and especially Kearney, Nebraska, to the drag strip out there, Kearney Raceway, and neat little facility on an old airstrip, and we had some good action there last year as well. Some first-time Chaos winners, individuals that showcase that they do have the capability of running for a championship, in like Mr. Cameron, and you storylines abounding. And we even had Wayne Hoffman fall out from heat stroke. Hopefully that doesn't happen this weekend. Looks like we're going to have cooler weather this time around. Kearney was a show last year for sure.
You know, Kearney's one of those places that, you know, I wasn't even sure exactly where Kearney, Nebraska was 4 years ago when we went out there. But man, Joe and Nicole have put together a great team that know how to put on a great race. The racers just flocked to Kearney, and we one thing that we noticed was that the Colorado racers really like to come out to Kearney, and it's it's about 4 hours from Denver. I guess 5 hours if you're driving a rig, but it's not a bad drive. It's a good spot for people to join us sometimes for the first time. In fact, we've got a couple of new racers that are going to join us this time. That's one of the storylines that we have to talk about. We've got an Omaha, Nebraska racer, Howard Selden, making his first appearance in Chaos, and in a new team with not a new team, but a new driver with a familiar team. The Twisted Sister Mustang, Colin Thomas, is going to be driving that one, and of course, 33 cars are entered from 9 different states. And it's always been a good show every single time, without exception, when we've been to Kearney. And so I can hardly wait for us to get back there and let these racers try on that long racetrack and plenty of shutdown area, so they can really let it all hang out.
I also, David, am looking forward to getting back there because they have a coloring contest, and I can keep it in between the lines, and I plan on being a part of that again.
Yeah. Well, and I think we might have talked about this in some other context. a community college I'm familiar with somewhere. It goes by the initials ICC, and it's the locals say that it's I can't count, but I can color.
Speaking of coloring, Jeanette, I gave Jeanette the funny car I colored in. Jeanette, if you don't have it, I'm hurt. Okay, you need to have it. I'll get you another one to keep the thing going, the theme. Okay, you'll get a 2023 this year as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting back to Kearney. I remember the crowd. The crowd was enthusiastic last year with Funny Car Chaos being in the house, and I'm expecting the same thing. And David, last year was my first year following the entire season of Chaos, whether it was Funny Car Chaos or Nitro Chaos. And even before that, the first Nitro Chaos and the first Funny Car Chaos Classic, Nitro Madness at the time, experiencing those great crowds no matter where. But this year, in particular, 2023, the crowds and the fields have continued to set new benchmarks, it seems, wherever we have gone, and it just continues to grow. Chaos is just taking over in the drag racing world. It frankly is.
It really is, and we're getting it pumped up, man, because it is absolutely just seems like it's blowing up everywhere we go. And that's one of the things that gives us so much encouragement is when we show up at the racetrack, and not only do we have fans showing up to see, but when we've been back to a place before, same people that were there last year have brought friends. And so as we continue to go to the races and add to our list, like we said, this is race number 43 in the history of Funny Car Chaos. When we get to Mocan in a week and a half, that's going to be our 6th Nitro Chaos event. You start doing your math, and we're getting close to 50 races in Chaos from a start of, Chris and Tara Graves having a thought, what if we just threw the door open, invited people to show up and see what happens? Well, what happened is we've had a lot of great response, and we continue to see that. You were talking about the enthusiastic crowd at Kearney, Nebraska. The crowd in Nebraska is going to be glad to know that Proud American Motorsports is going to be there. Last year, we actually ran out of time. We had people riding in the ride dragsters at every break, and we had so many people signed up that they just continued, and they wore out those dragsters. And so this year, with the addition of the door slammer, that Patriot ride door slammer, that's going to be an additional treat for our fans out there. But, absolutely knocked them out with people signing up to ride in a dragster. So Proud American Motorsports, I know they're looking forward to being back in Kearney, just like I am, just like our racers are, just like you are.
Yes, and hey, speaking of those ride-alongs, and wow, you see people all the time just having a blast. I got to see some photos here recently of some of the members of the Randy Meyer Racing group that had not been down in a race car. They went down in the 3-seater. So whether it's the 3-seater, the 2-seater, or the door slammer, people are loving it. But Mr. Warren Evans did some speaking for me, and I've got a ride set up. I just got to hurry up and do it and get down the track and do some videoing and shout out to Proud American Motorsports, and that, yes, you are able to get to go do that. I mean, look, I love roller coasters, but I don't like waiting in that line, and you just, sometimes you get a thrill, sometimes you don't get a thrill, but everything I've seen, they deliver. Like, they don't just click it off before the 8th mile. They give you a little extra. I've noticed that. And that door slammer, it hadn't always gone straight. That's kind of what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that shorter wheelbase, and sometimes it gets a little sideways out there. Not very sideways, but enough that that it's going to be a little bit of a wild ride there. And the dragsters, they've always just gone right straight down the middle at speed and a lot of speed. But that door slammer has really made a believer out of a lot of folks, and so I'm super glad that Proud American Motorsports is going to be there, and that they've got all 3 vehicles coming. So it will be terrific in every way.
That it will be. Speaking of terrific, we've got 2 great guests lined up. They are certainly heavily involved in the chaos world and brand. Dean Dubbin, we're going to have him from DMP Awnings. They are the headline title sponsor, if you will, of the DMP Awnings Nitro Chaos Championship Tour in 2023. And Corey Ford of Race Ugly Speed Shop and Fat Tires Apparel, you can say the official merchandise dealer for the Chaos Nation, Nitro Chaos, Funny Car Chaos. He's got a big announcement for us this evening as well. David, how about we step away, take a break, and see if we can get Dean on? I know we had Dean earlier, and everything was A-OK, and right now I'm waiting for a camera to come back on, and we'll see if we have him or not right here on Chaos Live, because you never know what you're going to get live, and that includes technical difficulties.
That's right. Well, let's take that break and see if we got Dean coming right back with us.
Race fans, the funny cars are back. Kearney Raceway Park welcomes Funny Car Chaos. Friday night and Saturday, July 7th and 8th. This is the fastest, loudest, most ground-poundingest drag race of the year. Kids 12 and under get in free, and every ticket's a pit pass. Plus, don't miss the fireworks show Saturday night. It's Funny Car Chaos at Kearney Raceway Park, July 7th and 8th. And you just gotta be there. Visit krpi.com for more info.
All right, so, David,
Yep.
we do have Dean in the green room. He just dropped out. He said, hey, it's challenging for an old guy to get this far. But he got this far earlier. We had him. So we'll wait. Let's do this. Let's talk about DMP Awnings. I see DMP Awnings throughout drag racing pits, no matter where I am at, because I'm at PDRA and I see DMP Awnings. I'm at NHRA and I see DMP Awnings. I'm at Chaos, obviously, and I see DMP Awnings. Seems like if you want a top-notch awning, you need DMP.
Well, and one of the things when you're looking for a vendor to provide something that you need, you want to know if there are any satisfied customers that you can get a reference from. And like Lee was saying, when you go to the drags, all you have to do is go down and when you're at a Chaos event, go down Funny Car Alley or Nitro Alley and just look at the transporters. And they'll have the car out there. It'll be up on jacks. They'll be servicing it. There'll be an awning from the trailer over the working area. If you look up in the corner of those awnings, more often than not, you're going to see DMP Awnings. And so you don't have to go very far to find not just a handful of satisfied customers, but a whole bunch of them. Practically the whole pit area is filled with satisfied customers from DMP Awning. One of the things that we do in Funny Car Chaos is we like to highlight American-made products, American manufacturers, small businesses. And small businesses is a relative term. DMP Awnings does a good bit of business. And but we'd really like to highlight those entrepreneurs that are making it happen in the racing world and in other worlds, because that's not all they do. They don't just do things for race cars. They do additional things, hospitality trailers, sales and display trailers. When you go to their website, dmpawnings.com, you'll see one of their latest items is something that people in Oklahoma really will appreciate, because they get hailstorms all the time. Tammy, don't you? And so when there's a hailstorm, there's portable for getting the hail damage repaired and glass damage repaired. Anything from something on the side of your race car or your hospitality trailer to a portable building, so to speak, that is simply canvas and can be set up at any time, just about at any place. They do it all, and they don't just do part of it. They do it from one end to the other. Everything from the frames to the colors to the materials to the designs and the logos on it. It's all done in-house at their home office at Little Falls, Minnesota. So, everybody in the world of drag racing already knows DMP Awnings, but a whole lot of other people are finding out just how terrific they are at the job that they do.
And David, it's certainly good to have such a great partner, in particular on the Nitro Chaos side of matters in Chaos Nation, to establish it as a championship tour. And by the way, David, breaking news, just checking out on the Chaos socials, and I'll bring up this graphic. We're going back to Edgewater. Nitro Chaos, June 21st, 22nd, 2024. We are back at Edgewater with Nitro Chaos. On
just before logging on.
Oh, I was about to say
just before logging on to the show.
Dean,
okay, well, just before logging on, I saw that the announcement had been made about Edgewater. So you'll be going back, and hopefully I'll be going for my first time, since we had the 2 races on one weekend this year because of the weather delay. But yeah. We have got so many announcements that have already been made and are forthcoming on 2024 dates, because it seems like every place we go, we're getting invited back. Once upon a time when we first started this, and actually it really never was a question, because each of the events, the track operators, they recognize the value that Chaos brings to their facility. And so very quickly it became apparent that when we ran someplace, if that we would be coming back if everything worked out with all parties. And so far it is working out with all parties in a big way. And so we're very much looking forward to getting back to Edgewater and bringing some more Nitro Chaos action. And of course, this is the first year of the championship tour for the Nitro Chaos series. And if it wasn't for Dean Dubbin and DMP Awnings, that might not be taking place, because they stepped up and they said, hey, it looks like you've got a good thing going on. And of course, they've got a great history and a great heritage and a great resume in the world of racing, not only as a supplier, but as racers themselves. And so when DMP Awnings stepped up and became the title sponsor for Nitro Chaos, and that opened up the door. And there's a lot of teams that just continue to come storming through that door, looking to have the opportunity to run for a DMP Awning Nitro Chaos Championship. So the points race in that over in that area is tight, as it is in Funny Car Chaos. And so getting the news that we're going back to Edgewater in 2024, that's another one of those great signs that things are right in the land of chaos.
For sure. And this is what we're going to do, David. I think this may be the easiest thing to do. We got Corey already in the green room with Fat Tires Apparel. Haven't seen Dean pop back in, so let's take a break. We'll go ahead and bring Corey on, and we'll get to our second guest first here on Chaos Live. Full chaos on the chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos Nation, whether you are near or far, you can finally represent Funny Car Chaos wherever you are at. TheChaosStore.com is the place to visit to get your merch from the world's only Outlaw Funny Car series. And there's even exclusive deals online, as in the 3 t-shirts you are seeing right now on your screen. But it's more than just the tees. You can get your Funny Car Chaos stickers, hats, beanies, everything else. World of Funny Car Chaos there at thechaosstore.com.
And the man with all the goods is bringing us some good news tonight on Chaos Live. Corey Ford, welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, David. Thank you for having me tonight.
Man, we're excited to have you on. And one of the things that all Chaos fans look forward to is getting a chance to have the official event shirts, because when you guys, when you and your design team put together those shirts, they're always top notch. And I know that you've got a new design coming up for this weekend and in Kearney. And man, I just have to tell you, thank you so much for your commitment and that you bring to Funny Car Chaos and to Nitro Chaos. And we're excited to have you aboard.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. And, I want to lead into thank you to the Chaos Nation, for supporting us and purchasing all the event shirts from us. That we're a family brand. Everybody says that's my wife and I in the trailer. Most of the time we have 6 kids, so if not one, or all 6 are in the trailer with us. We have friends and family. My mom, my dad, my brother. This is a true family brand. Without them and without their support, we couldn't do what we do and support the Chaos in the way that we can. The Chaos is exactly that. It's one big family, and we are thankful for this chaotic family that we have, for sure.
So you guys are based in the St. Louis area, and you've been around racing for a long time. Give us a little background on your involvement with drag racing and your love for the sport.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I grew up right out of school that I knew that I wanted to go work on race cars. I went to Biotech, graduated, taught my class there. Right away, I got hired in at Jerry Bickle Race Cars. From there, went on the road. Actually worked. My first team I worked on the road with was Randy Meyer. We talked our way into a divisional in Topeka, and me and actually Alan Mendorf, we talked our way into the gate and said we were crew for Randy Meyer. And sure enough, that weekend I think I probably mounted 7 sets of tires for Randy at Topeka. And everybody ever been to a divisional at Topeka, it's probably 100 to 110 degrees, humidity's up, and I got to do all this in the back of his trailer back then before it was AC. So that was my first love and taste into racing. I ended up landing a deal with Terry Haddock. I was with Terry since I've been 19 years old. Since we've gotten with the Chaos, I haven't had the chance to really to be with Terry and be with the guys over there. But every chance I get, you'll see me out in Chaos Nation wrenching on somebody's funny car somewhere sometime. I'm never too far away from a wrench in my hand. I'm a bottom end guy, or I did top end, or pretty much these cars from front to back. I'm a welder fabricator, so these race cars I know pretty well, and so I love being out in the Chaos, because all these guys are true mechanics. These guys work on their own race cars. These guys are true what you call leaders of the sport.
Man, you must love it if you can mount that many sets of tires inside the trailer without a breeze in that kind of humidity. I'm sure everybody was giving everybody the elbows, saying, "Look at this guy. He must really, really love drag racing."
I came back a few weekends after that with Randy, and he fed us and I got us tickets, and he even put us up a few times. And every once in a while, when I see him at Nitro Chaos, I go there and remind him. It's funny whenever Megan and I'm sorry, sister, They were young. I actually sport the Meyer Sisters Junior Dragster shirt still. I still have the hoodie and the T-shirt that I wear from time to time. That I was actually, instead of getting paid, I got some swag from Randy Meyer Racing. So that was always a plus. You go to these races and you help these teams out, and you come back with hats and shirts and hoodies, and I was like a kid in a candy store. Anytime that I could get any more knowledge, I was especially from guys like Randy Meyer. I was very thankful for them to take me under their wing and teach me what they could do, and it led me into working for Terry Haddock. And Terry is one of the if everybody doesn't know Terry Haddock's story, just go and search Terry Haddock Racing. He is probably one of the it's a modern day John Force story. We're constantly thriving, constantly out there trying to keep the show going. This in today's age of NHRA Top Fuel Racing, it's hard. It's a hard game. It's a hard place to be, and Terry keeps the dream alive. And it looks like he has a good group of guys around him right now, and that car is winning rounds, and they're going places. So I'm cheering them on from afar all the time, and they're always in my heart for sure.
Wow, that is great, and it is definitely an expensive game to play. And Funny Car Chaos is not a cheap date either. But thanks to you, Corey, and to Fat Tires Apparel, our racers are racing for a season-ending purse that we're paying out the top 10, and you've been on board for that. So some of that financial burden has been lessened because of you guys stepping forward to be one of the sponsors for that and to be the primary sponsor for that last year and this year. So you were involved in racing, chasing around the country with Terry Haddock and the Meyer family and doing those kinds of things. So the transition from race car mechanic to racing apparel, take us down that road.
Well, we started the year out in Pomona, California, and this is a funny story. We were just finishing up on a Friday night, and you guys know at the NHRA event, most of your sponsors and everything they're out a ways from their parked, their motorhomes and whatnot. And I was getting ready to take our sponsor kind of / crew guy back to his trailer, and I was sitting on the right hand side of the golf cart. He was driving, and at Pomona, the way they have everything lined up, we went out of the end of the pro row, and that's where all the t-shirt vendors were. Well, he decided to make a U-turn because he's seen a beautiful blonde standing there, and he made a U-turn and threw me out of the golf cart, unbeknownst to me, right into Amanda. So if many of you know Amanda, it's now my wife. But he threw me out of the golf cart, and she literally caught me from running. More was probably more or less so I didn't run into her displays, but she did. She saved my life that day. No, but she caught me. And from there, it was he said, "Hey, my friend's been looking at you all day, and he wants to get your number." And I had never met or seen Amanda a day before that. Even though we've been in the same places most of my life, we've probably been in the same racetracks hundreds of times. But that was literally the day that we met. We came back, and like I said, from Pomona, that was her birthday weekend, and that weekend we blew a motor up Saturday night, and her birthday was on Saturday, and I did not make her birthday dinner. She invited me to her birthday dinner, and I didn't make her birthday dinner because, again, the race car, when you're racing comes first. And I literally, we talked the rest of that weekend. We got to Phoenix, the next race on the schedule, and I asked her, can I make up? Can we go out on a date? And since I stood her up on her birthday, she in turn stood me up 3 more times from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the race after the races. So we finally got to go on a date on Saturday in Phoenix, Arizona, and we were pretty much inseparable from there. So that's how I kind of got started. I was helping Terry and helping them from very much starting a couple races they're in. I was kind of in merchandising and just I understand the manufacturing processes and whether I had something to give or just muscle to help them move stuff in and out. I was thankful to be around, and we kind of it was just something I took a knack to, and Amanda kept me around long enough to teach me a little bit. And I like talking to people. I really love the people aspect of the sport. And even in selling and being inside the trailer, I can talk to fans all day and give them a little more insight in these race cars. I've lived, eat, sleep, and breathe these cars for a lot of my life, so I can tell them the inner workings or how the cars work or what it's doing when it smoked the tires or what it did when it backfired the supercharger. It's a little insight more than just what's going on, what they see from the eye.
You know what, Corey? I've heard a lot of stories about how people got their start in business, but I've never heard one that started with a love story. And so, I mean, you literally rolled into her arms, being thrown out of a golf cart, and you guys have been inseparable ever since. And I guess it must have been love. You got 6 kids now, so I think you and your family business are growing successfully together. And we've watched, very happily watched, by the way, as your business has continued to grow. In the beginning, it was getting your feet wet and finding out exactly how it is that that chaos works and chaos people and all that stuff. And now you've come up with multiple different designs and just thrilling the fans every single race with the event shirts. But you are expanding. Your business is going well, and you are not only doing well with Fat Tires Apparel, but you've gotten to the point of announcing the new brand. Is that right?
Yes, we are. So we are. We are a family brand, and in this atmosphere, there are lots of great brands that are out there. So we're stepping in with in cooperation with Race Ugly Speed Shop. A lot of you know that Race Ugly is owned by George Coley. George Coley is Amanda's father. We have spent a few years, and this has been a few years in the making. And this is a great bringing the two family brands, Fat Tires Apparel and Race Ugly Speed Shop. We are going to marry those brands together. In doing that, we have great artists on staff on both brands. We're going to provide just a higher higher quality to all of our customers. We're going to bring a little bit. We already have some amazing designs and some amazing artists. This will just add to what we can do and the depth of what we do and for the chaos and for the Chaos Nation.
That, my friend, is exciting. And so, you've got you're marrying these two brands, and we're going to get to see something a little bit bigger and a little bit better at Kearney. Am I right?
Yes, we're with this cooperation with Race Ugly Speed Shop. We will be debuting the new 53-foot Race Ugly trailer. You'll still get all of your great everything you've known to come and love for all of our Fat Tires Apparel and all of your chaos support. This is, as you see behind me, this is already the back wall we're getting set up for the Kearney event. We should be this weekend. Maybe we're getting everything up and going and rolling. So this is we'll have to bear with us. This will be our first time in this big trailer this weekend. So if stop on by, say hi to us, check out the new trailer. We have a new Funny Car Chaos wrap getting ready to go on this trailer. Hopefully we'll have it done in time for New Mexico. It'll kind of pay heritage to all three of our brands: Fat Tires Apparel, the Race Leather Speed Shop, and the Funny Car Chaos and Nitro Chaos. So you will be able to catch everything for all those brands in this trailer, and so getting this trailer, it'll be able to better serve our customers. We'll have more inventory on hand, and that just our display. That our trailer that we've had, that trailer has been almost 250. We figured 250 to 270,000 miles around this country. It has seen coast to coast. When Amanda and myself set out in this business, we set out to make a name for ourselves, and we can't do that, without good hard work and feet on the ground. And that's what we did. We just went out there and we put ourselves out there in every corner that we could, and we were thankful that Chris that just seen something in us, and we talked with Randy before his passing. And he had entrusted us to carry on the torch of Chaos Nation, and that alone to me is that means something. And we're trying to uphold his liking, his image, and just kind of honoring Randy and everything that we do.
Well, I got to tell you, that means an awful lot to all of us that have been around, friends of Randy, and thankful for what he has done, and we're thankful for what you continue to do. So race fans, when you get to your next Chaos event, whether it's Kearney, whether it's Mocan, whether it's Albuquerque, whichever one or all of them that you're going to, you've now got some new things to talk with Corey about, as he has got a growing business, a growing enterprises. Be sure and ask him about the expansion with his made-to-order website. And in addition to that, maybe you're going to get a chance to see him see some Chaos merchandise at a mall or at a shopping center near St. Louis with kiosks coming that way. Corey, thank you for taking the time. I know you're busy getting ready to load up and go to Kearney, but we love having you as part of the Chaos family, and thank you very much for taking time to join us on Chaos Live.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me tonight.
All right. Great information from Corey there. I learned a lot of stuff. I bet you did too, Lee, and very excited to have learned all that tonight.
Yes, learned a lot. Glad the partnership is there and the brands are growing, and it means even that much more growth for Chaos. And apparently I need to be thrown off of a golf cart into the arms of a woman, and that will solve all the problems that I've got. So someone help me out here. Help me out. Well, speaking of helping out, Dean, we've got him. It took a phone call. It took sending the link again, but we've got Dean ready to go. So, David, we'll take a break, and then we'll have Mr. DMP Awnings on himself and chat with him about shade. Well, more than that, but no shade given.
I'm ready. We'll be right back.
Taylor Motorsports Products is your first stop for quality safety equipment for your car or your driver. All of our safety equipment products are made in our facility in Albany, Oregon. From custom fit fire suits to racing seat belts, supercharger restraints, engine diapers, transmission blankets, and many other must-have items. Our racing history runs deep. We are racers building the finest safety equipment for racers. And we're a proud supporter of the Chaos.
Well, definitely a proud supporter of the Chaos as well. Dean with DMP Awnings, good to have you on the show. We got it all worked out. You are live on Chaos Live. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Lee and David. Well, we had a little issue with our new Starlink at my new home and race shop, but we got that figured out. Thank you, Lee. And I'm glad Corey got to jump in and save me. But great to be on here finally. Chris had wanted me on a little bit earlier, and it just didn't work out.
Well, we're glad that you were able to join us, and so you're coming to us from your new digs, huh?
Yeah, my wife and I built a new home in a big race shop here about a year ago, and we've never had a problem with our new Starlink system, but we just did. Whatever, it must be Lee, I think. There's the problem.
Yes, me. I'll take the blame. I will take the blame.
And I won't throw
Well,
you
you're
off the postcard.
Yeah. Well, he'll tell you where to throw him out at. So.
Okay. Well, give directions. I can take directions.
Well, a lot of us have seen DMP awnings on the side of all the awnings in the pit area, and we've become acquainted with the company and with the logo through your sponsorship. But I know there's a whole lot to the story, not only about your business, but about you as a racer, because people have, whether people knew DMP awning was your business or not, they know you as a racer. And you're quite an active racer. You've got a lot going on, sir.
Well, thanks, David. We do. Last year, I kind of dabbled in the A-Fuel setup, thanks to Chase and Clay Copeland. And we ran 2 cars last year, a blow-in setup and then the A-Fuel car. And I quickly realized that the A-Fuel car is kind of leading the charge here for the most part, as far as the profitable setup to run. So we made a lot of changes over the winter and came out in Gainesville with a new setup, and it showed a lot of promise right away. And us being at the racetracks obviously sells product. So they go hand in hand, and it's nice having a car that's working well, and Lee can attest to that from Norwalk.
And I think David froze. And if I have not froze, oh no, David's back. Okay.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Okay. It is a chaotic night for sure. Yeah. Norwalk was definitely a big success. I know Kirk was very excited to be driving that A-Fuel dragster right to the winner's circle.
Yes, I told him before he got in it that even though the prior Chase Copeland car was a good driving and reacting car, I says, wait until you get in this one. And he was pretty excited from the first hit, and it just got better from there. Several
years ago, before Chaos began, we were racing at his track down in Temple at Little River Dragway, and that happened to be the last year that he was there before he embarked on his driving career. So having a chance to know somebody that's doing it big and doing it well is exciting. But you've got a lot of people in your circle with a lot of success in racing. Some of that has to be rubbing off from you.
Well, I appreciate that, David. I hope so. I've over the last few years, I've tried to surround myself with kind of the direction I want to go, even though I may not know all the particulars of running an A-Fuel car. I knew enough to be dangerous. That's why I decided that the only way I was going to do this is with Chase and Clay Copeland, leading the way. Sometimes the tuner has to take his ego and put it in his back pocket.
That's sage advice for sure. Now, the business owner, Dean Dubbin, how did you get started with DMP? And you've got a very successful business, but that's not something that everybody just jumps into and says, hey, I think I'm going to do awnings. Tell us your story.
Well, I didn't get thrown off a golf cart like Corey, but back in about 1989, when Supercomp was only probably about 4 years old, I had a Supercomp car, and I seen these cool awnings at Brainerd Raceway when the national event came to town, and I really thought they were cool, and I thought, well, I can build one of those. I had no idea how to sew. I didn't, all the particulars, but I figured I can do this, and I built one, and then a lot of my friends wanted one, and it kind of took off a little bit, and I was actually employing 2 people at my race shop at our other home while I was working for someone else at the time, and I decided this is kind of crazy. I'm paying somebody else more than what I'd pay myself to do the same job, and then that's when I started full time doing the awning business, and now we do everything in house: the sewing, the printing, and we have a full fab shop besides. So it's taken a lot of hard work, but I've been fortunate to be where I'm at.
Yeah, it definitely takes an awful lot of hard work, one, to get it started, but then to continue it, because it's just like racing, isn't it? That you've always got to be improving and advancing, otherwise you get left behind.
Oh, absolutely, David. And I don't want to keep going back. I have a great group of guys. Even before I got Chase and Clay involved. Chase actually built my second blower car too, my top alcohol blower car with a converter in it. And my guys, Mike and Trevor and Scott and everybody that comes with me did a tremendous job. And Tony from Colorado, Tony Eben, and we ran pretty successful in 2019. We actually went to 5 finals, but I only sealed a deal 1 time. We should have 3 times, but it was a pretty bad hot rod with the converter. We just won the championship by a couple broken parts against Myers. So we knew how to run a race car. It's just I didn't know how to run this type of race car. So I had to enlist some help.
Yeah. So let me just say on behalf of Chaos, how much we appreciate you stepping up to allow us to take the next step with Nitro Chaos, from just having a couple of races a year to turning it into a series. You're embracing our vision is really helping us to move forward. And I know that there's a bunch of racers that are really seeing that this opportunity to have fun and to chase a championship is a big deal, and something that they want to wrap their arms around. So on their behalf and on behalf of Chaos, and thank you so much for catching that vision and helping us expand it.
Well, I appreciate that. If it wasn't for Warren Evans, he contacted me last year just before this same race, the Mocan race, and something happened and they needed somebody to help out, and I jumped at the opportunity. And then Chris over the winter gave me a call, and I said absolutely, because I have so many customers, that in the Funny Car Chaos and some of the Nitro guys that have purchased, that I couldn't say no.
Well, we're really, really glad, and it's not hype. Mark McElvey is on saying we love our Buzzman awning, and there's a whole lot of people I know could just chime in and give their testimonials about the quality work from your company. So, what's the vision going forward with your business and with your racing operation? It doesn't seem like there's any slowdown in you.
Well, I turned 60 about a year ago, and I can tell there's a little bit of slowdown, David. But I don't want it to get too bad. As far as I want to compete at some of the Nitro Chaos stuff next year, this new car, we're just still kind of getting it sorted out, and and it's been just proven to be absolutely flawless pretty much. But we have to take advantage of that when that happens, because race cars are not flawless by any means for very long normally. So we're going to concentrate on that as much as we can. I'll be back in the seat at Brainerd, and Kirk will be back in the seat in Indianapolis and a few others. But as far as the chaos thing, I really wanted to get down there in Iowa too, but it's just too much work. I can't take out too much work if we're that busy at the shop. I got to get customers' jobs out the door when I tell them that we will.
Well, that is what makes the world go round, is having those satisfied customers. And you got a bunch of them, but when the business continues to grow like it is, yeah, I will tell you this: you missed a heck of a race. It was outstanding.
Yeah, and that's only maybe 6-7 hours from my home. I chose, I guess, to live, where I do in Minnesota, central Minnesota. So every race is quite far for us, except for Brainerd, and I go there once a year, which is sad. But this is where I live. This is where my grandkids are. So this is where I'm going to be.
Well, just like so many things in chaos, it's a family. I know that yours is a family business, and you just mentioned your grandkids, and so everybody is around there. How many grandkids do you have?
We have 6 grandkids, and yeah, it's pretty fun to have them come over now. I had purchased part of my original farm I grew up on years ago, and that's where we built our home. So the kids from the city love to come out and hang out at the farm.
Well, Dean, it sounds to me like you're a man living a dream.
Yes, this stage of life I am. It's still busy and crazy at the shop, and it's hard to even fit in the racing, but we get it done somehow.
Well, please keep on getting the racing in, and I look forward to being able to say there's Dean Dubbin down on the racetrack, racing in the DMP Awning Nitro Chaos Championship Tour. It means a lot to us, sir, and we are very grateful to you and your family for the support of the racing community and for our little neck of the racing community with Nitro Chaos. Man, thank you so much for taking the time to get on with us and letting us learn more about you and about DMP.
Well, I appreciate that, David and Lee and everybody, and Chris and his wife do such a great job, and I'm just glad to be part of it. Wow,
man, we've got some great friends, and you're one of them. So again, thank you very, very much. Anything else you'd like to add before we call it good?
I'd just like to wish everybody a great race at Mocan, and the guys going down to Kearney with Funny Car Chaos. Be safe, be fast, and I appreciate everybody's business. And I look forward to attending some of the races.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from the man himself, Dean Dubbin of DMP Awnings, our title sponsor for Nitro Chaos. A man living the dream and showing a lot of other people that it can be done. So thank you so much, Dean, for being with us tonight. Lee, we're going to take another break, and we'll call this, and we'll be right back to close out tonight's show. Hang in there.
What can 360 Steel do for you? We make custom steel products made right here in Illinois. Fire pits of all kinds, knockdown styles to take along anywhere. Hold your drinks high with our drink stands while throwing horseshoes or bags. We have a complete line of military to firefighter signs, flags, hats, stickers, and more, along with many styles of decor. Welcome signs and custom clocks to a number of different monograms and signs. Personalized, custom options for your perfect sign. Bare steel or powder coated to last indoors and outdoors. 360steel.com. Spell it out. 360steel.com.
Spell Paving Services provides professional customer service and performance for your next industrial or large-scale private paving project. From parking lots, roads, and driveways to seal coat, chip seal, concrete, and asphalt, there's no job too big for the team at Spell Paving Services. Serving a 500-mile radius from Dallas-Fort Worth, Spell Paving Services has you covered. Call 214-384-3056 to get a competitive quote today and tell them the Chaos sent you.
David, it is so good to have these great supporters from Dean and Corey a part of the Chaos.
And we're back. I guess that second video was not going to play, but I got to tell you, Chaos Nation, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
We can.
Because I can see Lee's screen spinning. But if you can hear me, I got to tell you, it's really easy to understand why I love my job so much. Because we have got these American business success stories and these American racing success stories that are a part of the fabric of all things chaos. And it is really, really easy to love to get up and do this every single day. And we can't wait to see you, whether you're coming to Kearney or whether you're going to be with us at Mocan, wherever chaos goes, that's the place to be. And if we haven't met you yet, we want you to know that we're looking forward to the opportunity to shake your hand and welcome you into all this magic that we love being a part of. Funny Car Chaos and Nitro Chaos. Lee, you with me?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can now.
All right, great. Yes. Hey, great show. It is so good that we have such good partners in people like Corey and Dean, a part of the Chaos brand, and it extends to so many other people such as Fred and Ed and Murph and Darren. I mean, so many people that are a part of it, and the people who work it and the people who are operating it, just good people all across the board wanting to see, Chaos continue to grow and move forward and do well as it is doing. And, man, David, we still are not done with 2023. There's a whole lot of drag racing left, even though we're halfway. Great championship battles on both sides, and yet 2024 is already shaping up to be another spectacular year and take it to another level again. Chaos, baby. It's good.
It is. As we head towards Kearney, 16 of the top 20 cars are coming to Kearney to do battle there. It's still wide open. There is nobody that has a claim. It's like, yeah, that's the one to beat. Well, there's a bunch of them that are the ones to beat. And so 16 of the top 20, when that many are showing up for an event, you know that it's going to be on and it is going to be good. I can hardly wait to get there, and I can hardly wait to see you there. And it's really going to be a blast. So anybody that's pondering whether you should get to Kearney, Nebraska this weekend or not, let me make it easy for you. Just be there. Just get there.
Like it says in the promo, you gotta be there.
You gotta be there. Well, thanks, Lee, for all that you do for Chaos and on your many other business ventures that you've got. You're beating yourself coming and going, I think, but you do such a tremendous job, and I'm very, very grateful for all that you bring to Chaos.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that, and thank you for your professionalism and what you do for Chaos. It is always good to hear your voice from the tower and over it all, and we're looking forward to a good time in Kearney, Nebraska.
We are. Well, that's going to be a wrap for another edition of Chaos Live, and we will see you in person at Kearney, Nebraska. I think we're going to be back next week with another show prior to the Mocan edition, then take the week after that to preview Albuquerque. But that's what we've got in mind right now. But keep on your Facebook and watch. We'll keep you posted on the next installment of Chaos Live, and we hope you will be right here with us. So with that, I'll wish you a good night and a great week. We'll see you at the races.
Race fans, the funny cars are back. Kearney Raceway Park welcomes Funny Car Chaos. Friday night and Saturday, July 7th and 8th. This is the fastest, loudest, most ground-poundingest drag race of the year. Kids 12 and under get in free, and every ticket's a pit pass. Plus, don't miss the fireworks show Saturday night. It's Funny Car Chaos at Kearney Raceway Park, July 7th and 8th. And you just gotta be there. Visit krpi.com for more info.